Hey there, Camille Armstrong of Better Parent, Better Future here. Have you ever rebelled against your parents because they put too many restrictions on you? Because they were too fearful or too anxious about things, worried about things they didn't have to be worried about, and so you just said, you know what? I'm going to do something else. I'm going to break free of this. Have you ever done that? Yeah. That's because fear plus anxiety, you mix that up in a bowl and you pour it onto your children, it equals rebellion. Or it equals passing on the next generation of fearful and anxious people. And that is a disservice to the next generation and a disservice to the world, the community, the future, the world. My mother, and I'm pretty sure, like, my mother was a worrywart. God bless her. She really was just a sweet soul, huge heart. Came from a different country to make a better life for her children, her and my dad. And because she didn't quite know America like that or New York like that, and no, granted, there were a lot of things to be worried about, especially if you came in the 60s and 70s, the things that were going on in the streets, the things that were going on the trains, the things that were going on. And my mom had a lot of fears and anxieties about us doing things. I mean, like just going outside. She was like, okay, you can go out for 15 minutes and that's it. Like, what? What can you do for 15 minutes going outside when your friends are out there? I have no idea. That I never really learned the why, but I think it was just her wanting to keep her children as close to her as possible. She didn't want us to really go too far. And there were 6 children. I and my twin sister were the last. And I think she probably just wanted to keep us as close as possible. So her tight grip just was tight. And what happened was, sometimes we would go out and she said, okay, she would say, stay in the front. Our first instinct, what were we going to do? We went right to the other side of the building and hung out at the other little park and watched the time, and then ran back and got back in the front and then came back upstairs. It led to rebellion. There was a time where she was, okay, we lived in Queens, and I wanted to go to a school, the Performing Arts High School, the Fame High School in New York City, Manhattan. And my twin sister wanted to go to a medical science high school she wanted to study medical science in a high school in Brooklyn. Now, my mother, all my other siblings went to school in Queens. They went to the local high school. So we were the ones that we're her last children now. And we're like, yeah, sorry, not going to do that. I need to go outside of this because this is too much familiarity for me. I know that if I was going to a school that I already knew the kids, I was going to fail miserably because I was going to cut classes. I was going to be bored. I was going to be unchallenged. So it was important for me to go to where my passions led me. So both of us were successful. Same thing, my sister, familiarity breeds contempt. And I just didn't want to be around the same people that I just finished going to school through elementary and junior high school with. Like, I wouldn't have changed my ways or anything. And I know that I want to go big, and there's things that I wanted to do. I really wanted to be a performing artist. I really wanted to hone my vocal music skills, my dancing skills. So I knew that was the way to go. And my sister wanted to be a neurologist, like a neurosurgeon. And so she knew we both had these passions. And because of my mother's fears and anxieties, she would just restrict us from these things. Well, because two are more unbreakable than one. Yeah, we kind of overpowered my mom. She had no idea. We caused a rebellion. This is what we did. I asked one of my older siblings to take me to the audition, and I made it. And my twin sister, I don't remember how she got, and I think she had to take a test to get into that school, and she made it. And both of us got those papers in school, and we got those papers that said, you've been accepted to this, that, and whatever, these high schools. And we had to check off the high school we wanted to go to and then have our parents sign off on it. Yeah. When I say that my sister was not the one that got in trouble a lot, I was the one that got in trouble. Like most of the time, she did what she was supposed to do. She was a straight A student. In fact, she was a mastermind. Okay. So this was one of those times where she and I came together and said, okay, we are going to form a revolution. We're going to forge my mother's signature on these papers saying that this is the high school I'm going to. This is the high school I choose. And that's it. We're not going to say anything until we get the actual official papers or whatever paperwork and all that stuff. And we did it. And we're like, look, I don't care. I've got your back. I got your back. Okay, we'll stand together. We'll do this. We'll do it together. If it's both of us against mom right now. My dad was like, whatever, do what you want to do. My mom was just, and it was like, okay, it's you and me against her. I know we can do this. I went to the school. She went to the school. My mother wasn't very happy about it, but and she came to be okay with it. And we both graduated and we were successful, et cetera, et cetera. But we wouldn't have been, granted, I wasn't the greatest student in high school either, but at least I was doing the thing that I really, really loved, and that was singing and honing my vocal music talent and technique and professional persona, etc. So I say all of that to say, we as parents, we impose our fears and anxieties on our children, and sometimes we hold on too tight to the point of either your child is going to be this in the shell person who's afraid to venture out and always gets anxiety and can't, and like not just afraid to make that next move or to come out of their comfort zone, or we create these people that will rebel. Fear and anxiety equals rebellion. We have to be careful with what we impose on our children. We have to make conscious choices. How do we do that? By addressing our mindset, enhancing it, transforming it, and getting the right information in there, and changing our perception, getting the right information in there so that we can make informed choices and not impose our own inadequacies, fears, anxieties, etc. onto our children unknowingly. That's my value for today. See you next time.